here's the thing. For everybody listening, don't make the same mistake the Bengals just did in any facet of your life.
People are going to get hurt. It's the hockey season.
What about the Jared Cook play on the sideline?
I was very tempted to just put defense.
I'm saying it right now. If Anthony Davis is out for the playoffs, they don't make it out of the first round.
Come on, Austin and I have been saying this ever since Joe Burrow got injured.
I don't really think the Dodgers are going to make the World Series this year. I feel like they'll make it to the NLCS.
The Fernando Tatis extension, because that really surprised me.
Like you said, Ovechkin, he's getting older. He hasn't been playing as well as I imagined. He's one of the greatest goal scorers of all time, but he hasn't started off this season as hot as I would hope.
Hi, I'm Jeff Allen, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NFL Opinions of the Week. Draft is officially over. We did our first round review a few days ago, but in that video, we weren't sure where Shedeur was going to go, and now we know where Shedeur went. And I would say still shocking to see him fall that much, Austin.
Yeah, I think seeing him go all the way to the fifth round is pretty shocking. But as some people have said, maybe there was just a media frenzy that was causing him to be seen as that level of player. I do think that some people may have overestimated his worth between teams just because of who he is and who he is obviously acquainted with, not just Travis Hunter and the Colorado team, but obviously his dad. But the question of this video is, do we think that he'll prove the haters wrong? Well, I'm not meaning that he's going to become a Pro Bowl level player, but to be in the fifth round, if you become a consistent starter, I think that he'd prove people wrong. If he started, let's say, 8 years of his career, I think that would prove people wrong, because usually like an 8-year starter, 10-year starter is someone that goes in probably the second or third round, right? Because you usually get your Pro Bowl quarterbacks in the first round, your consistent starters in the second and third, and after that it's kind of just backups for what you believe they're going to be, right? And now, obviously, we've seen the Brady, we've seen even Dak Prescott and some other guys go later than the third round and be solid Pro Bowl starters or even just starters. But do you think that he can prove everyone that's bet against him wrong?
Yeah, I think he can be a starter. I'm trying to think. I think he deserves to be in the NFL. I think a lot of it was he would have gotten higher, but you kind of mentioned just everything going around. Teams don't want to deal with that for a guy that's not going to be for what they don't expect to be a great player. So I think I like that the Browns drafted him, but the problem, which may be another video, is kind of, I think definitely for the Browns situation, it helps to have someone like him in the fifth round, but they also drafted another quarterback. So I would say I don't think he's terrible. I don't think he was the best quarterback. I was kind of believing people would take him high, but I was completely wrong about that. I was also wrong about Quinn Ewers. But to me,
where did you have Ewers being taken?
I had Ewers in the first round. I had him going to the Rams.
Yeah.
And Ewers went to the Dolphins, which I don't know if you saw that tweet from Des Bryant.
I did not.
He tweeted, "I like Quinn Ewers over Tua already. He's Dan Marino 2.0. And yes, ... I said it." I'm not that high on Quinn Ewers, but I do think having Quinn Ewers in the Dolphins is helpful. But yeah, kind of back to Shedeur. I think he can be a starter, or he can at least be a good backup. I think he, especially for a fifth-round pick, he can be a player in the NFL.
Okay, but just more than a player, do you think that he could be an 8 to 10 year starter, like I said?
8 to 10 years. I'm going to say no. I think he starts for a couple of years, but I kind of view him more as a backup quarterback. I wouldn't be super surprised, but I'm not going to bet he's a starter for 8 years.
So you think he was taken around the right place?
Yeah, around. Yeah, I would say that's probably a good estimate. I think a little bit low, but he definitely deserved to get drafted.
Where would you have taken him if you think it's a little bit low? Like fourth round, third round? What?
I was thinking fourth or fifth. I actually would not have hated if the Cowboys drafted him.
Okay.
Which, for personal reasons, it would have made one of my friends really mad if they had taken Shedeur, but it also would have made sense with the Cowboys because you have a backup, and who knows, maybe things change and he does become a starter. But I think he does deserve some time. So, are you kind of in agreement, or?
Probably thought that he was going to go third round, second round. I didn't think he was a first round player, but I thought he was better than that. I do think he can become an 8 to 10 year starter. I don't know if necessarily Pro Bowl level, but 8 to 10 year starter, I think he could. Again, I would say middle of the third round, mid to high third round is probably where I would have thought he would have gone if he went where I would have rated him. I definitely don't think he was a first round talent, but I do think he went a little bit lower than I thought that he was going to go.
Yeah, and I kind of view him as the second best quarterback in this class, but I think that speaks more of the class, and I'm not a huge fan of Jackson Dart. So, yeah, and just kind of you see how teams value quarterbacks, and I was surprised, but I do think that drama off the field did play an impact on it. So,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens, so we'll have to keep an idea on that. But we'll see and probably do more videos on it because that's going to be just an insane level of what is going to happen with the Browns in that entire quarterback room. So that is all I have. I'll let you close this one out.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Please let us know what you guys think about Shedeur, where you have Jackson, and what you think about his career.